Hello guys, I feel like I haven't filmed in forever. I've literally taken like a month off YouTube, and that is because I have hyperemesis gravidarum, and I had this with Theodore, and if you don't know what it is, it's like morning sickness on steroids. No, you can't even compare it to morning sickness. It's so debilitating, and the only thing that helps it is medication, but I will get into a little bit more of my HG later on in the video. But I basically wanted to update you guys my pregnancy so far. So I think we left off at 5 weeks. I am now 9 weeks, so a month has passed, but I wanted to just explain where I've been and what updates are happening, and it's really exciting. But if you want to watch that, then make sure you watch till the end, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button if you want to follow my pregnancy journey. I'm trying to keep it very real and raw, but again, when you're so sick, it is so hard to film. So let's get into it. So I finished filming like at the 5 week mark, and then probably about 5.5 weeks in, I started to get a bit of nausea. And at this time we only had the one car because Luca's car needed to go to the mechanics, so I had to drive him half an hour to work and then back to home at like 4 a.m. so I was waking up super early, and at first it was like quite exhausting, and my nausea was like a little rough, but towards the end of it, oh guys, I would have to like literally pull over and have a vomit and then try and drive the rest of the way home, and it was just really bad. And 6 weeks was when I ended up going to the doctors, and I was like, I think I have HG again, because I did have it with Theodore, so I know what to like look out for. And it was like to the point where I was vomiting easily 5-10 times a day. I couldn't eat, couldn't drink, I couldn't have any natural remedies, like there was no relief. So I went and got ondansetron with my doctor, and again I had that with Theodore, so I kind of understand like the risks and the benefits and like all of that. So I was on ondansetron and it was not helping. It would take the vomiting away a little bit, but the nausea was so bad, guys. Like I could not eat, I could not drink water. If water touched my mouth, I would literally just be vomiting for hours. It got to the point where I started vomiting like 15, 20, 25 times a day, and it was like constant, non-stop. I couldn't have anything in my stomach, which made it worse, because if you have experienced HG or morning sickness, then you know that if you don't eat, you feel more nauseous, and it's just a vicious cycle. Any hydrolytes I tried to eat, couldn't keep down. Nothing could stay down. And I had tried so many different foods, so many different liquids. At this point I had a shower, I think it was around 6.5 weeks, maybe breaching onto 7 weeks, and I almost fainted. I just felt so depleted. It was like going on 3 or 4 days without food or drink. I was like to the point where I would vomit up blood, my esophagus would burn, TMI, my wee was like almost brown. It was getting really bad. The ondansetron was hardly working. So I had to go into hospital and get fluids, and they gave me a different medication. So they gave me B6 and something else paired with it. I couldn't take that for a while because it was tablets and I couldn't swallow tablets. So with the ondansetron medication, it's like a wafer, so it dissolves in your mouth, which it would normally make me vomit afterwards, but it would still like give me somewhat of a relief. But yeah, I could not take the tablets. tablets that they gave me. So I went another week, 7.5 to 8 weeks, 7 to 8 weeks, yeah, was really rough. Oh. And I went to my doctor and I was like, I'm struggling mentally, physically. I cannot eat, I cannot drink, I can't sleep. Like, the only relief I'm getting is when I am asleep, but even then it was so broken. I would wake up and I would go and vomit, and looking after Theodore was so hard, and I just had like mum guilt on top, and then I couldn't leave my bed, I couldn't take him to appointments. I literally was in bed all day every day for like almost a month straight. And she was like, okay, well, we can give you an IV fluid here, but it's not good to do regular IV fluids because of the risk of infection, because you're like pumping fluid in, some germs can get in, and it can be really dangerous. And so she was like, you just need to find that one thing that you can tolerate, even if you just lick an orange or lick a tomato, just that repetition, and get your brain into like the training of having food and liquid again. And so I was actually booked in to get an IV fluid, and I decided against it because like all the lockdowns happened again, and I just didn't want to risk everything at the moment. So I was just trying everything, and I really found that lemon, I could somewhat tolerate lemon and citrus. I would still vomit it up, but it gave me some relief. So I actually made Luca buy some of the lemonade quencher, the Charlie's lemonade quencher, and I was able to like actually drink it. It had to be very watered down, but I was able to drink it. So I had gone from like drinking no liquids to being able to drink something, which was such a relief, because again, like if you're not having fluids, then I'd end up in hospital, and I just do not want to do that with everything going on right now. So I actually had a good weekend around week 8. I think there was one day where I felt really good, and I was able to eat, and I was able to drink, and I actually was able to drink a little bit of water, which was really good, because all I craved was water, guys. Like, I would die for water. Like, I just wanted water, and no other drink was satisfying my thirst. But if I drank water, it would just make me vomit, and it was just so hard. Like, even now my lips are so dry, and I'm thinking about like drinking water, but again, it's like a catch-22. Every day's different, but most days are bad. So week 8 was rough again. I had the one good day, and then I got worried too, guys. Like, I had so much anxiety. I was like, okay, I'm feeling good, I feel normal, but is that an indication that something's going wrong? But then, yeah, Monday came around and I was sick as a dog again. So it was just really rough, and we're 9 weeks now. The weekend has been really good. Today's been really good. Again, I don't know if it's gonna go back to square one. I'm taking advantage of feeling good at the moment. I haven't had any medication today. Although I am taking the tablet medication at nighttime now that I'm able to swallow. So I'm like off the Ondansetron at the moment. I actually ran out, and I was really worried because I was very sick when I ran out. But I actually went and got acupuncture done, and it was really hard because I had been booked in, but I had to cancel because I was so sick. And then I was booked in again, and I like almost cancelled, but I was like, I just need to get there. If it does something, wonderful. If it doesn't, then at least it's like relaxing. Sorry about the lighting, guys. The sun has gone behind the clouds. But I got there, and I was so sick through the whole session. And then I was very, very sick after the session, I was vomiting multiple times, but the next day I woke up and I felt amazing. So I don't know if it's a combination of acupuncture, changing to the different medication, or if it's just because I'm in week 9 of the first trimester. So, or if it's all a catch-22 and it's like, okay, we'll give you a few days of feeling good and then back to square one. So I don't know how it's gonna roll out. I will hopefully try and keep you guys updated, but so far I'm feeling really good. But there's been lots of changes throughout my body, which has been very exciting, and I just wanted to briefly update you guys on that. So we had our 6-week dating scan, which was so exciting. I will insert like a little video so you guys can have a look. But we had a heartbeat, I think it was a 138 or 139, in the 130 somewhere. I can't remember the exact details. Baby number 2, I feel like you're so much more relaxed. But yeah, it was very exciting. Everything was really good. Baby was right on track. We got our due date, which was really exciting. And yeah, I've had some blood tests and they've all come back really well, so that's really good. I'm still on progesterone. I was meant to be on 3 pessaries a day. However, because I've been so sick, I literally cannot take care of myself. So I can manage to get like 1 in a day. But yeah, again, like I really should be having more, but they only said to take 3 until the end of first trimester. So for a while there, I was like taking the proper amount in the early days. But yeah, I need to get back on track with taking 3 a day. I am unable to take my prenatal vitamins. I'm not too worried about that because I was on them for like 4 or 5 months prior to conceiving. We knew we wanted a baby, and I think if you're planning it, then I think it's a good idea to make sure your nutrition is in place. So at least I have like lots of stores and reserves for like moments like this where I literally cannot take the vitamins. I do plan on taking them again once I am feeling a little bit better. Again, I don't know how long HG will last. With Theodore, I think it lasted until about 14 to 15 weeks. This baby could be different. Who knows? Who knows? I feel like this baby's a lot more rougher than Theo's, and it started a lot more sooner, so I honestly have not much to compare it to. But I also didn't know that it was like an 85% chance of getting HG again if you've already had it. I kind of went into this pregnancy thinking that, oh, it was like a once-off, it'll be fine. No, guys, no. It has been rough. Baby is the size of a grape now, which is really exciting. Baby has little elbows, all the vital organs are formed. The little feet are formed, which is really exciting. We have decided that we're not going to find out until birth about the gender. Luca wanted to find out, but I convinced him to wait because I think it would be such a magical surprise. We do have our baby names picked out, which is really fun. I think I'm going to do a baby names that I won't be using videos, so let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see that, because there's so many contenders, guys. Like, I have seen so many names where I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful. But again, we've had our baby names picked out since like the early stages of our relationship. So yeah, it's also exciting. Other than that, I think honestly, like, the HG has just been like the rough point, and it's really knocked me off my socks, and I literally cannot film or work during it. I just have to like lie there like a potato and cop it. But yeah, it's really exciting. I'm super excited to finally start, hopefully, touch wood, feeling a little bit better, a little bit more like myself. But yeah, I'm going to love you guys and leave you. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and let me know in the comments down below if you've ever experienced HG or severe morning sickness and how you handled it if you have other kids, because I feel like first time round it was more doable because I only was responsible for myself, but now I'm like running a household. I have another child. It's been rough, guys. It has been rough, but yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Bye, guys.